we go to California yet again. Bryce, you're a California refugee. I still live in this godforsaken hellhole. Oliver, I'm not sure what your interaction with California has been, but Gavin
None.
Newsom, just to set this up for everybody, was the mayor of San Francisco. He was then the lieutenant governor of the state for 8 years. He's now been the governor of the state for 6 years, going on 7. He's been in power pretty much the entire time that California has been taking its biggest poop. We'll go there. Watch this clip from Gavin, and I would love to get your guys' reaction on this from the governor of California.
And I'm just, on behalf of the taxpayers of the state, in the spirit of Ashley's question, I'm not interested. I'm just not, as a taxpayer, not just governor, I'm not interested in funding failure anymore. I'm not. I won't. Time to do your job. People are dying on their watch, dying on their watch. I met a young man, literally, was out there doing Project Homeless Connect, reaching out near the 405 freeway. I found out the next day he was dead. In this name of compassion, because we had a notice. I could have helped him that night. I felt like a fraud. I felt like I let him down. Enough of the rhetoric. I'm serious. Enough of the rhetoric. People are dying in this state. It is a disgrace. It is one of the principal reasons people are so angry. They don't trust politicians.
Bryce, here's the thing. He's not wrong, but he's also the reason for all of the things he's complaining about. We have to get to the bottom of the people who have been in power in this state for the longest possible time, which is me, Gavin. But we got to find out who did this. So obviously he's tacking towards the middle. He wants to run for president. Do you think the American people are going to buy this new kind of trend towards accountability?
Well, he's got great hair, so maybe. You got to watch what happens. I mean, those same, liberal wine moms are all about him, and even some of the Republican women like him because he's handsome. So, let's not underestimate his ability to move to the middle. I mean, he started that when the great Charlie Kirk went on his podcast, and all of a sudden he's saying, that the trans folks are crazy too. All of a sudden, this guy, I mean, he's been perpetually auditioning for president. I mean, this dude has been doing that since he was mayor of San Francisco, and he ruined that city based on his policies for the homeless. I mean, it was an open air drug market and they were pooping in the streets. So he is responsible for this. It's his policy. It's who he is why California went into the dirt. But he's hoping people are going to forget. And unfortunately, people have very short attention spans, very short memories, and image over substance is how we've been running politics for many years.
Yeah, it's wild. Oliver, Gavin, first of all, ownership is a good thing, right? If you make a mistake, owning up to it is obviously a good thing. But Gavin's kind of just acting like, oh, this just happened. Like, who knows? There's a homeless crisis. How did this? This just fell upon my lap, having not been in statewide office for the last 14 years. Same kind of question. Do you think the American people are going to buy his tack towards the center?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they will. I think a lot of people have short memories. I think Gavin Newsom is kind of like the white Obama, so they'll look at him that way. He's handsome, he's well spoken, and he comes across like someone who is supposedly presidential. So I think a lot of people will gravitate towards him. Not people on the right, because we're not for the BS and we can see right through everything that he's doing. But people on the left, maybe some people who are moderates are going to look at him and see, because a lot of people, they look at Trump and they think, oh, he's not presidential. Like, why does that matter? But some people, they're looking for someone who looks more presidential, and that's who they think Gavin Newsom will be. So unfortunately, there are a lot of people who, like I said, don't have or have short memories. They're not going to remember anything that happened in California. They're not going to remember how he ran it into the ground. They're not going to remember what he did with the homeless problem. And they're just going to vote for him because he's a quote unquote pretty face.
Yeah, which I think that just underlines the importance of what we're doing here and what you guys are doing out in the field, and Turning Point and Charlie. All of it matters if you're going to try and keep that in the mind frame of people who may have forgotten how bad California has actually gotten.